Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella Page. I'm a realtor here in Northeast Florida, and today I am checking out my client's new construction home, and clearly it is still being built. And I figured today would be a great day to kick off my new construction series where I'm going to cover all of the topics on new construction, but today's video is going to be about how to choose a community and a builder to go with. How can you best narrow down which community is the best one for you and your family when there's so many to choose from? I know here in Northeast Florida there are tens of thousands of homes being built just this year, and so it makes it very difficult when there are so many options. First, you want to consider location. That is something you cannot change about your home no matter what. So you want to consider things like the commute to work, to schools, what grocery stores and shopping is around, and how far of a drive is it to other activities and places you go to regularly. Next is amenities. So make sure you ask your site agent what amenities are included with your HOA fees. If you have younger kids, a pool and a water slide, playgrounds might be of importance to you. And if you are a retired couple and you're looking at a 55 older community, you'll be looking for maybe a golf course or exercise classes, things of that nature. So make sure to ask what your HOA fees go towards. Which leads me to the bigger question is how much are the HOA fees, and is there a CDD fee? A CDD fee is a community development district fee that typically a lot of new construction communities have, so make sure to ask that up front. I also recommend taking a drive through the neighborhood several different times, all different times of day, just to get a feel for the neighborhood. No one can do that for you. It's important that you take the time to do this. So if you go in the morning, see if there's a ton of kids that are running to the bus stop. If you're coming in the evening, are there people out walking their dogs or anything like that? So that's important things that aren't necessarily that a site agent or a realtor necessarily can answer for you. That's work to be done kind of on your end. Another important thing when deciding about which community to go with is ask what the rules for the community are. See if they have covenants and restrictions already written up and read through them. I've seen crazy restrictions. I've seen some where if you have over a certain size car, you can't park it in the driveway. Can an RV or a boat be parked in your driveway? Things of that nature are good to know up front and compare them to your lifestyle and your needs and see if it's a good fit. Another important question to ask is, what are the plans for the rest of the community? Are you close to being sold out? Is this the first phase? How many phases of this community will there be? That will give you a general idea of how long there's going to be construction going on around you. So maybe your home will be done, but the construction is going to continue on for 2 or 3 more years, and you're going to be living with dump trucks going up and down your road every single day. That's something to consider as far as lifestyle and things. Okay, so now let's say you've picked your community, but a lot of cases a community has several different builders. So now there's another decision to make. So how do you go about choosing which builder to go with? So first, and probably most important, obviously, is comparing different floor plans, lots that are available, and pricing. So you want to gather all of that information from each builder to help narrow down what may work for you and what doesn't. So likely there are still going to be a couple of options. You may say, I really like this floor plan with this lot with this builder, and the same thing with another builder. So another question to ask the builders is, what do their binder deposit requirements look like? Some builders will have it be a percentage of the purchase price. Some builders will have it be a percentage of the purchase price plus a percentage of your design options. Some will have it as a flat fee rate. So it's important to know how much cash you're going to need to have on hand the day of signing your contract. Next, it's important to ask if you can make any changes, and if so, are there any fees associated with that? So 9 times out of 10, once you have signed your contract and picked all your structural options, likely it's going to be hard to make any changes at that point. Oftentimes they've already ordered all the materials for your house based on the plans that were originally submitted. So it can be difficult, but sometimes there's a little bit of wiggle room. Usually though, if there is wiggle room, there's going to be a fee associated with it for ordering more supplies or having to return supplies. And then again, this will have to be resubmitted to go through the permitting process and can sometimes delay the start of your construction. Another important question to ask is if they are offering any incentives at this time. So usually incentives are associated with working with their preferred lender. And just a little side note, when you work with a builder's preferred lender, typically their interest rates are a little bit higher and their loan origination fees are also a little bit higher. They usually have to do this in order to offer you these crazy good incentives, which can include paying your closing costs, money towards your design center appointment, and money off of your lot premium. So those are typically the most common incentives that builders will offer. So make sure to ask upfront what those are at that time. Another important question that honestly I have learned recently and learned the hard way that you need to ask the builders is, do you have to use their preferred lender, and when do you have to decide who your lender is by? So typically you can decide closer to the time of closing who your lender is, because at that point a lender can lock in an interest rate for you and begin the mortgage process. However, I have worked with a builder who has you decide within 7 days of going under contract who your lender is going to be, which seems a little outrageous given the fact that you can't compare rates or loan fees and origination charges. However, it is in their contract and you have to abide by it. So those are little things to look for in a contract, and also ask the builder upfront. Make sure to also ask what the builder's building time frame is. Oftentimes they will tell you a certain time frame, for instance 9 or 10 months, and I always recommend whatever they tell you, just add 2 months to in your brain. And if it's before then, great, but just expect delays. If you have a home to sell, in order to purchase your next home, make sure to ask them if you need to sell your home in a certain amount of days before closing. Some builders will say that you need to have your home sold 60 days prior to your closing. Some will have no window whatsoever. They just say your home needs to be sold by closing day. So just make sure to ask that up front, so you can also be working with your realtor to coordinate that transition from selling and moving into your new home. Alrighty, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was super helpful for anyone out there looking to get started in the new construction process. I know there are so many decisions and options out there, so hopefully this gives you an idea of what questions to ask to make that easier for you. And if you are looking for a realtor to represent you in your new construction transaction, and then I would be happy to help you and ask these questions on your behalf to help make this a smooth process for you. If you are thinking about getting a new construction or have any other questions, then I'm going to put all my contact information on the next screen, and I will be more than happy to help you. And as always, thank you for watching.